Before you assume this is another video telling you to buy expensive clothes, let me ask you one question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't look bad, but somehow I don't look like the man I used to be? Here's the truth. For most men over 50, it isn't age that's making them look older. It's a handful of small style mistakes they repeat every single day without realizing it. The good news is, most of them can be fixed without spending hundreds of dollars. Today, we're counting down the 10 biggest style mistakes men over 50 make, starting with the smallest and ending with the one mistake that quietly affects everything else. Don't skip ahead, because the number one mistake changes the way every piece of clothing looks on you. Welcome to Sharp After 50. Let's get into it. Number 10. Wearing clothes that are simply too big. Many men believe loose clothing hides age. It doesn't. It hides confidence. Oversized shirts make your shoulders look narrower. Baggy jeans make your legs appear shorter. Loose jackets remove every bit of structure from your frame. Now, I'm not telling you to wear skinny jeans or tight t-shirts. Far from it. The goal is clothes that follow your body, not squeeze it and not hang off it. Here's a simple test. Stand sideways in front of a mirror. If your shirt hangs like a curtain instead of following the line of your shoulders and chest, it's probably one size too large. A better fit instantly makes you look stronger, healthier, and more confident. And it costs nothing if you're simply choosing the correct size. But wait until you hear number 9, because this next mistake ruins even expensive outfits. Number 9. Ignoring your shoes. People notice your shoes before they notice your watch, before your haircut, sometimes before they even notice your face. Yet many men spend good money on shirts while wearing sneakers they've owned for 10 years. Scuffed leather, flattened soles, faded colors, these quietly tell people one thing: I've stopped paying attention. Instead, own 3 dependable pairs. Clean white sneakers for casual days, brown leather shoes for smart casual occasions, black dress shoes for formal events. You don't need 20 pairs, you need 3 good ones. A man with polished shoes almost always appears more put together. And speaking of details, number 8. Wearing wrinkled or faded clothing. Here's something most men never think about. A $10 shirt, ironed and clean, will always look better than a $100 shirt pulled straight from the dryer in a wrinkled heap. Fabric tells a story before you say a single word. Wrinkles say rushed. Faded color says forgotten. And a shirt that's gone gray at the collar says this hasn't been replaced in years. The fix takes minutes, not money. Iron or steam the pieces you wear most. Check your whites and darks under real daylight, not the dim light of a closet, because fading is easy to miss indoors. And when a shirt starts looking dull no matter how many times you wash it, that's not a laundry problem. That's a retirement notice. Clean and pressed will beat expensive but wrinkled every single time. Now let's talk about something nobody wants to bring up, but everybody notices. Number 9. Wait, we're past that. Let's move to number 7. Neglecting grooming. Clothes can only do so much. If the outfit is sharp, but the grooming underneath it isn't, people notice the gap immediately. This is the one area where men over 50 lose the most ground, not because they don't care, but because habits from 20 years ago quietly stop working. Eyebrows grow wilder and thicker with age, nose and ear hair the same. A beard that once looked intentional can start looking simply unkempt if it isn't trimmed on a schedule. Nails get overlooked completely, even though people notice them in handshakes, at dinner tables, in every close conversation. And hair, whether you have a full head of it or very little, needs a cut that matches your current face, not the style you wore in your 30s. None of this requires a spa day, a 10-minute trim once a week, a nail clipper kept somewhere visible, a 5-minute check in good lighting before you leave the house. Small, consistent grooming does more for how put together you look than almost any piece of clothing you could buy. Now here's a mistake that's sneaky because it feels harmless, but it's working against you every single day. Number 6. Wearing the wrong colors for your skin tone. As we get older, our skin tone shifts. It's simply biology. The colors that made you look sharp at 30 can now wash you out, or worse, make you look tired even on days you feel great. Pale yellows, chalky pastels, and certain grays can drain color from your face and make you look older than you are. The good news is you don't need a professional color consultant to fix this. Hold a shirt up near your face in natural light. If your skin suddenly looks brighter and more awake, that color works for you. If your face looks flat, tired, or gray, that color is working against you. Generally, richer and slightly deeper tones like navy, deep green, burgundy, and charcoal flatter mature skin far better than pale, washed-out shades. This one change alone can make you look years more rested without touching your skincare routine at all. Speaking of things that quietly age you without you realizing it, number 5, keeping the same glasses or sunglasses for 15 years. Glasses sit directly on your face. They frame every conversation you have, and yet they're one of the last things most men think to update. A pair that fit your face and the styles of a decade and a half ago can now look outdated, oversized, or simply tired, even if the lenses themselves are perfectly fine. Frames that were fashionable in the past can also clash with a face that has naturally changed shape slightly with age. You don't need to chase trends here. You need frames that suit your current face shape, sit properly on your nose, and don't scream, "I bought these a long time ago and never looked back." If you can't remember the last time you updated your frames, that's usually the answer right there. This next mistake has nothing to do with clothing at all, and it might be the most overlooked one on this entire list. Number 4. Ignoring posture. Here's an uncomfortable truth. The sharpest jacket in the world cannot save a slouched frame. Rounded shoulders and a dropped chest instantly undo the effect of good clothing because posture changes the entire silhouette your clothes are hanging on. Years at a desk, years of looking down at phones, years of simply not thinking about it, they add up quietly. The fix isn't complicated, but it does require attention. Stand as if there's a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back and let them settle down rather than up near your ears. Engage your core slightly rather than letting your stomach lead the way forward. Practice this in the mirror for 30 seconds a day and it starts becoming automatic. Good posture alone can take years off how you're perceived because it signals energy, confidence, and self-respect before you've said a single word. Now here's a mistake that isn't about looking old, it's about looking like you're trying to be someone you're not anymore. Number 3. Dressing like you're still 30 instead of dressing like a distinguished man. There's a difference between staying stylish and refusing to let go. Graphic tees, oversized logos, and trend-chasing pieces meant for men half your age don't make you look younger. They make the contrast between the clothing and the man wearing it more obvious. This doesn't mean dressing like your grandfather did either. It means dressing like a man who has earned some presence. Think tailored, not trendy, classic, not flashy, confident, not costume. A well-fitted blazer over a simple shirt says more about who you are than any logo ever could. The goal isn't to look younger. The goal is to look exactly like what you are, a man in his prime who happens to have decades of experience other people don't. Now we're getting close to the mistake that quietly drains your entire wardrobe's potential. Number 2. Buying cheap clothes instead of fewer, better basics. A lot of men think style is about having more shirts, more colors, more options in the closet. But a wardrobe full of cheap, forgettable pieces will always look weaker than a small wardrobe built on quality basics. 5 well-made shirts that fit properly and hold their shape wash after wash will outperform 15 cheap ones that fade, stretch, and lose their structure within months. This isn't about spending more overall, it's about spending smarter.
One good pair of dark jeans, a few well-fitted shirts in colors that suit you, a blazer that actually fits your shoulders, quality basics in neutral, versatile colors that mix and match effortlessly. Buy less, but buy better, and suddenly getting dressed every morning becomes simple instead of overwhelming. And now, the mistake that ties every single one of these together. Number 1. Dressing without intention. Here it is, the foundation underneath everything else on this list. Every mistake we've talked about today, the oversized clothes, the neglected shoes, the wrinkled shirts, the outdated glasses, the slouched posture, all of it comes from the same root cause: getting dressed on autopilot, grabbing whatever's clean, wearing whatever's closest, never asking, does this actually represent who I am right now? Dressing with intention doesn't mean overthinking every outfit or spending an hour in front of the closet each morning. It means making a handful of deliberate decisions once and then letting them work for you every single day. Decide on your go-to colors. Decide on your 3 pairs of shoes. Decide what put together actually looks like on your body specifically. Once those decisions are made, getting dressed stops being a guessing game and starts being a 5-minute routine that makes you look sharp without any extra effort. Because here's the real truth this entire list has been pointing to. Looking sharp after 50 was never about chasing youth. It's about showing up every day with intention, confidence, and self-respect, and letting your appearance simply reflect the man you already are. If even one of these hit close to home, you're not alone, and you're definitely not too far gone to fix it. Pick one mistake from this list, just one, fix it this week. And if you want more no-nonsense style advice built specifically for men over 50, make sure you're subscribed, because this is exactly what Sharp After 50 is here for. I'll see you in the next one.